Music. Something that I know we can all relate to when I say that it has helped, inspired, or brought us some kind of joy. Whether you study while listening to music, play an instrument, or just enjoy some songs here and there, I can confidently say that it has let a smile to form across your face. It can help you in feeling all sorts of emotions, anxious, calm, or excited. Hi, I'm Violet Ruberti, and music has helped me in countless ways, primarily to see the childish, joyful side of my grandmother, Joan. She was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease not too long ago. Since I can remember, my grandmother was a kind woman, but she was also pretty mellow and didn't show a youthful side of herself too often. Watching my parents' wedding tape back, I saw her dancing with my grandpa with a grin that lit up the entire ballroom. With the trumpets playing and the guitars being strummed, she was swaying in such a carefree way that you could tell nothing but happiness was on her mind. Multiple studies have shown that music can help people with dementia in countless ways. It can improve and maintain their speech and language, enhance their quality of life, and can reduce the anxiety and stressors that memory loss can have on them. Scientifically, listening to music or even playing an instrument can slow dementia because it increases heart rate levels and can delay the brain's cognitive decline. I believe that the presence of music in some form, whether it's playing an instrument, composing music, or just listening to it passively, is necessary in anyone's life, memory loss disorder or not. From a neurologist's point of view, music is essential for dementia patients and even their caregivers. Sometimes, as my family and I have experienced with my grandmother, Alzheimer's can cause her to lash out because of her frustration while trying to remember something as simple as where she was when she woke up. My grandmother's caregiver, Bertha, someone who she describes as kind-hearted and sweet, who always gives a big hug when she first sees her in the morning, looks after her to make sure my grandmother can take walks outside or eat in the dining room with her friends. When my grandmother gets confused or agitated, she might lash out at Bertha. Neurologists say that playing music, modern or familiar songs, can ease the tension and cause their minds to be distracted from the discouragement and exasperation they are experiencing. When we invited my grandmother over for dinner recently, she couldn't remember being in the apartment where she had spent multiple holidays and weekends at. However, the next thing I knew, she casually sang every word of My Way by Frank Sinatra while my dad played it on the piano. With her arms swaying and smile beaming, her young brain and self were brought back to life. Covered on 60 Minutes, Tony Bennett, a singer known for singing in various genres, was also diagnosed for Alzheimer's. Despite his severe case of memory loss, he was able to flawlessly perform at Carnegie Hall. Although he didn't remember his performance the very next day, he could fully captivate every audience member with his astonishing musical talents. Regardless of the memories people have lost to Alzheimer's, music is an escape from the heartache and trauma that comes with dementia and brings together families and friends. As I said before, I played the piano and a little bit of guitar in school and have played the piano ever since I was around 4 years old. I tend to lean towards playing classical pieces with a slower tempo. The piano has helped me evolve into a brighter person, but it has always helped me match my mood. If I feel sleepy or sad, I usually play a slow song with a lot of pedal. I will play an upbeat and borderline aggressive composition if I am anxious or excited. Learning to play an instrument is also beneficial for reducing the risk of memory loss. For most people, music increases productivity while studying or working, getting out of a negative mindset, and even some doctors say they listen to music while performing surgeries. Regardless of whether or not an elderly individual has a memory loss disorder, music benefits them by helping them recall older memories, encouraging socialization, and promoting overall mental and physical health. The Centers for Disease Control notes that up to 14% of senior citizens experience depression, and music specifically, if diagnosed with Alzheimer's, can ease the depression and help them through it. Elderly people with dementia are recommended to take some form of musical therapy, which is the clinical use of music to reduce stress and improve self-expression. Music therapy increases the necessary brain chemicals such as melatonin and serotonin, which help them live a more relaxed lifestyle. I have often seen my grandmother noticeably discouraged because she feels out of the loop or overwhelmed with the situation due to her memory loss. As soon as my dad or my fingers grace the piano keys, an instant feeling of relief washes over her because it is something that she can connect with. Connecting with certain aspects of life is complex and rare because of Alzheimer's. I find that the music I connect with my grandma over is from a significant period in her life where that song or genre was prominent. That way, it can trigger a serotonin boost and immediately help her remember past memories in her life. Not only do musical instruments bring pure enjoyment, but they enable people to become closer to their loved ones without Alzheimer's. My dad has played the piano since he was a little kid and still finds time most days to play around with some songs. He firmly believes that everyone, if they have the resources, should learn how to play an instrument no matter which one. I used to hate playing the piano because, to learn, I was forced to do finger warm-ups and play the boring songs out of the piano books for beginners. As my piano teacher started bringing the sheet music for songs I requested, I began to find pleasure in playing. Playing the piano is something I do before or after I study or complete my homework because it relaxes me, especially if I like the song I am working on. My dad always tries to help me understand chord progressions and the structure of music, which I'll admit sometimes gets a little tiring, but I can honestly say that it has helped and stuck with me. I also started playing guitar at school in 5th grade, and my dad took it upon himself to learn alongside me. To be truthful, I was always better than him at strumming patterns, but he wasn't too much behind me. We started playing songs like Hotel California by the Eagles and Blackbird by the Beatles, which brought many giggles and happiness. When I finally realized how much fun I could have while learning some of my favorite songs, practicing didn't mean counting down the minutes until the timer went off at 20. Now when I practice, the minutes spent do not determine when I will stop. I barely think about the amount of time I practice for because music is all about finding a balance that makes you happy. The world without music would be worse, period. I couldn't see my grandmother's youthful, bubbly side without it. I couldn't bond with my dad over guitar or piano without it. I couldn't sing my heart out at a concert with my friends without it. I probably couldn't do the dishes without it, and I certainly couldn't relax without it. Music is significant to every person, and if you have an older relative, it has been proven time and time again that it is the perfect way to get closer to them before you no longer have the opportunity to do so. Don't wait to listen to that song with them or play their favorite childhood tune, because it can only bring you happiness.